So we are covering South by Southwest 2023. Well, I say we, it's more you, Raj. You're the man who's actually there. We are Boys on Film. We're talking about Self Reliance today. Tell us about Self Reliance, Raj.
So I don't know if there's any New Girl fans out there, but this is Jake Johnson's directorial debut. Are you sensing a theme here in our South by coverage?
There's always a theme.
There's a lot of directorial debuts, and this is Jake Johnson's debut as a director. I know him from starring in New Girl, and he's been in a lot of comedies, both indie and big studio. But yeah, it was the first time he took his story that he wanted to tell behind the camera, and he also stars in it too, alongside the wonderful and perky Anna Kendrick. Given the opportunity to participate in a life or death reality game show, one man discovers there's a lot to live for. Basically, that's what happens. He gets approached to be in a reality game show, and he has to survive for 30 days living his life. But there's this whole army of ninjas and assassins that are out to kill him. But the loophole is that no one can kill him if he's with somebody.
Okay.
If he's in the company of.
I'm sensing a bit of Squid Game. Is it a bit Squid Game?
It's a bit of Squid Game, it's a bit of Hunger Games, but it's all 100% comedy.
Okay.
So yeah, it's an interesting concept.
Self Reliance, guys, you're the first people to see this movie. Give it up. Isn't that such a great feeling? You go to a premiere, you're like, on paper this looks good, but you never know, and it's amazing. It's awesome, and it turns out to be amazing. So we're gonna have a really a great Q&A, because we have an amazing group here with us, some of the behind-the-scenes folks and the actors, and of course the filmmaker. So without any further ado, I'm gonna bring them on out. You ready? Should we do this? All right, please give a warm welcome to cinematographer Adam Silver, producer Joe Hardesty, producer Ali Bell, executive producer Yorma Taccone, executive producer Akiva Schaefer, Anna Kendrick, and star and writer and director Jake Johnson.
Basically, Anna Kendrick arrives halfway through the film, and it turns out that she's also playing the same game, and there's a few people, and they get to know each other and decide to break the system by being with each other 24/7 in each other's company. So it's kind of like hilarity ensues when the two of them are together, and there's some ups and there's some downs and there's some drama, but it's a lot of comedic moments. So kind of what I would expect from Jake Johnson in his first directorial debut. Anna Kendrick is great.
I love her.
She's always
love her.
Anna Kendrick. So.
She always picks the good roles as well. She's been in so many good films.
Yeah, and she doesn't really break new ground here. I mean, she's kind of I think Anna Kendrick is the same person in real life that she portrays.
Yeah.
In all of her roles. I'm glad that she is in it, because she brings a bit more whimsy to it, and a bit of relief for Jake Johnson having to carry most of the film on his own.
So, what's the deal with Wayne Brady? You guys good? What's your issue, man?
I'm a genuine fan of Wayne Brady. Reached out, and when he said he would do it, I thought, okay, we're going with Wayne Brady.
Amazing. Congratulations, this movie is amazing, and it's a wild swing, and I'm so thrilled that the audience obviously received it very well. How long have you been dreaming, dreading, having nightmares, dreams about a night like this?
A long time. So this was an idea and a tone and a style I wanted to try and play with, and so I appreciate you guys all watching it. Thanks to everybody up here and everybody watching it, and it was really fun to watch with you guys.
So there were a few clunky moments. There's probably some writing issues in this film that could have been resolved pretty easily, but I give credit to Jake for going out there and doing what he wants to do and telling the story that he wants to tell. And I heard a lot of comments from people who watched the film that Jake Johnson really doesn't care about the Hollywood system. Wants to do what he wants to do and do it in his own unconventional way, and that's really kind of reflected in this film. Not as good as some of the other films I've seen at South by Southwest. I'm kind of glad I saw it. It was really special to be there with the cast and the crew and to listen to Jake tell his story about how this film came to be. So I think you're going to be seeing a little bit more of Jake around as he establishes his name. He kind of reminds me of how Seth Rogen was sort of up and coming in the industry, kind of doing the things that he wanted to do in his own sort of special Seth Rogen sort of way. So,
because you sat next to him as well, and you said he smelled nice because he was wearing nice cologne.
Yeah, I was never really a Seth Rogen fan. Like, there's just nothing about him that even his acting in his roles, there's really nothing about him that I like, oh, this guy's cool. But yeah, I remember he was showing a few episodes of The Preacher at South by Southwest quite a few years ago, and I sat in the front row, and yeah, he came and sat right next to me, and I was like, oh, wow. And then, I don't know, it must have been whatever animal magnetism he was giving off that day, but he smelled amazing. Now suddenly I just felt so attracted to it.
He was amazing in Pam and Tommy as well. I know we're not talking about Seth Rogen in this review, but yeah, it's a bit of a sidebar.
So Self Reliance for me is a 3 stars. I think if you like indie comedies, you'll enjoy this one. There's some great cameos in it from Andy Samberg, as well as Tom Brady's. Is it Tom Brady or one of the Bradys? I don't know. I'm not really a sports fan, but everyone else seemed to get a kick out of it. But anyways, yeah, it's a cute film. If you like indie comedies, I think you'll like this one.
Yeah, it sounds good. Is there any darkness to it? Because Anna Kendrick's been in a lot of kind of comedies that have a dark underbelly. Is this, I suppose, with kind of like reality TV, it has that dark edge. But is it that kind of film, or is it just out and out comedy?
Even when it tries to be dark, it's funny. So, there's some scenes involving ninjas and people trying to kill him, which are try to be serious, but in the end, it just turns into comedy. So, yeah, I wouldn't expect any dark performances or cutting edge performances here. This whole film is going to make you laugh. So
check our playlist on the screen now. We'll be back for another review very soon. Thank you, Raj, and thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more Boys on Film at South by Southwest 2023.